Sagittarius, welcome your month reading for the month of November. Let's get started. Okay, so today, instead of my usual deck, I will be prioritizing this one because I noticed like it doesn't want to like work like a side deck to others, you know. So yeah, November for Sagittarius. What's the energy for November for Sagittarius? And we have Page of Cups. Okay. Okay, so it's something like maybe some like maybe your life, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, you know, whatever, is kind of like giving you a life lesson, but maybe you don't see it, you know. Like there's something you have to like learn, like a basic maybe lesson, like something you just have to learn, and the life is kind of giving you this lesson in the month of November, you know. And it's kind of necessary that you will kind of learn from it, you know, and you probably will. But if you don't, like, it's important to kind of remember like whatever is happening, whatever kind of like hardships you are going through, like it's important to learn from it because life is kind of giving you lessons in the month of November, Sagittarius. Okay, let's see what else. November for Sagittarius. Okay, and we have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so this card is kind of telling me about past kind of behaviors, kind of things that you usually do maybe in the situation like that. Maybe you just turn on your survival mode in the situation, you know, but maybe it's time to kind of look at the things that are happening right now in kind of the other perspective, because the past things you were doing, or maybe you try to do, are not working in this situation. Because as I said, this is whatever you're going through is like a lesson from the life, you know, that you have to like learn from, that is supposed to teach you something, you know, instead of just like, you know, working it out in some other way than learning from it, you know, or like avoiding it, learning from it, you know, or like playing the victim that you had to do with like the life or God put you through it, you know, like whatever it might be. Also it's like also at the same time it's important to kind of like do the things that work in this situation, and like, you know, try to go through it with the things that are working, you know. Like maybe there are some like things like how to say this, like people are usually doing in this situation, and it's maybe time to kind of look at those things and use them, like things that are working because they were used by other people. Okay, let's see. November for Sagittarius. November for Sagittarius. November for Sagittarius. What's the energy for November for Sagittarius? November. Oh, okay, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is telling me about like ideas, you know, like the start of some idea, you know, maybe related to this life lesson, or maybe this life lesson is kind of supposed to bring you to the moment where you will get some kind of idea from it, you know, like maybe this life lesson that you're going through right now, this thing you were put through, you know, is supposed to kind of give you some idea, like supposed to start something in your mind, something new. like maybe change you in some way, you know? Like maybe you were too long in one place, you know? Like maybe you weren't actually like changing like spirituality or some in any kind of way, you know? And life is kind of putting you through this to kind of give you this new outlook on yourself and kind of change something in you and kind of give you this new ideas, you know? It's a lot of kind of like this new thing, starting something, like thinking about starting something. This new kind of way of thinking, like new kind of ideas that are coming with this lesson as soon as you accept them and learn actually from them, instead of kind of dealing with them the old way. Okay. Or maybe it might also be that but this thing that are actually right now happening is not usually something that you go through, you know, and you have to like figure out a way to kind of deal with it on your own way, you know, because maybe this thing isn't something like people around you or you ever dealt with in the past, and that is maybe the lesson. Like maybe you have to like learn how to deal with stuff like that on your own. You have to figure out your own way of dealing with it, like this new idea, you know, like so you don't kind of depend on others or on how others do it, you know, like you have to figure out your own way, and maybe that's the lesson. And we have the Eight of Wands. Which is telling me about taking things slowly, you know, like don't go in this maybe survival mode, you know, and don't try to like, you know, do things at once, because, you know, ideas, especially with the good ones, take time, you know, like figuring out stuff takes some time. So it's important for you in the month of November, Sagittarius, to kind of take those things slowly, and kind of don't judge the process or those things that are happening, because you might be right now maybe like playing the victim or like being mad that you have to go through some stuff, you know, but maybe you don't see what is happening at the backstage, you know, and you just have to wait to kind of see the full results of it. Like, you know, maybe you don't know at the moment what this thing is actually bringing you. What is the purpose of it? Like, as I said, the purpose of it might be this new idea, or this you kind of figuring out the way that you deal with stuff. Like, you don't depend on the ways others do it, because maybe no one in your surroundings ever maybe go through stuff like that, and you have to like go through it on your own, you know. And as I said, it's important in the November that you take things slowly and don't judge the things that are right now happening, because you don't see yet the full purpose of that. You don't see the full results of that, you know, and you just need time to kind of notice it or learn from it, you know, like see objectively what was it actually about, you know. Okay. Let's see. November for the Sagittarius. What else is there? November for Sagittarius. And we have Queen of Wands. Okay. Which is kind of telling me about kind of like surviving something, you know. So this life lesson might be actually kind of hard. Yeah, like all life lessons are actually hard, but it's kind of telling me that whatever it is and however you right now react to it, like at the end you be grateful for this life lesson, you know, because maybe it was hard, maybe you have doubts, you had doubts, and you maybe thought like negatively about this, that you maybe didn't think like you can make it, you know, like you didn't know maybe how to deal with that, but at the end when you will understand maybe that the purpose of it was to kind of give you this idea, to give you this like more of an independent outlook of things and kind of dealing with them. You will be kind of glad that you made it, you know, and you will kind of understand that however hard it was worth it, because the lesson it kind of brought you was worth it, you know, was worth the pain or the stress or the anxiety or whatever you were going through with it, you know, like just see, like it's the mother, and she probably like had those doubts about giving a birth to this child, you know, because she didn't know if she even will live after this, you know, but she made it, and now she's happy because having this child was worth it all, you know. It just gives me like this gratefulness, like this grateful energy. Like, yeah, there's a lot of kind of like this taking it slow, because the results of it you will probably see only later on, you know, and you'll be grateful for that life lesson. If you will, of course, take this lesson instead of like playing the victim or like being super negative about this, okay? But yeah, I think like it's a very strong message for you, Sagittarius, in the November, to take this lesson and, you know, take your time on that, you know, like let yourself see the full process of it before you will judge it, okay? What else? You know what, with these cards I don't even feel a need to kind of pull out more tarot cards, so I don't know if I should. Yeah, okay, maybe let's get some clarification with those cards. I think like the message is super clear with that one. November for Sagittarius. November for Sagittarius. Sagittarius in November. Sagittarius in November. November for Sagittarius. Okay, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. So I kind of get a feeling at the end everything will kind of come back to the normal state, you know, and you will kind of be back home, kind of, you know, like everything at the end will turn out good, like it will be a happy ending after all, you know, like with this mother, you know. It gives me like a lot of kind of like everything ending at the end great, you know. Like it doesn't mean like this life lesson you are going through isn't negative, isn't like you know, but I mean like the end results, you will be kind of thankful for that, because you will give life is giving you kind of a life lesson, and you'll be grateful for it at the end. At the end everything will kind of make sense in that type of way, you know. Okay, November for Sagittarius. And you'll I kind of feel like you will not learn, but kind of gain something, even if it is a knowledge, a lesson, but you will gain a lot from this lesson, you know, from this thing happening, from this thing you are going through. It will, believe it or not, but you will gain something from it. Like this mother like gain a child, you know, like there's like this idea and this home, like creating a home, like there's a lot of kind of this energy, you know. Okay, but let's see. November for Sagittarius. November for Sagittarius. And we have the Six of Wands reversed. Okay. Yeah, so it's again kind of telling me that you just have to like be kind of more confident in this, you know. Be more confident that this thing is here for a purpose, you know, because I kind of see you like now being kind of lost, you know, like you don't know in what direction you even have to take. Like, yeah, it's like connected. As I said, I kind of feel like you can't kind of fully copy or like see how other people dealt with, because maybe this thing that you are going through isn't like everyday situation, and like maybe not other people around you like went through it, you know. And there's just like this lack of direction because you don't know, you don't have any like example how people kind of deal with those type of stuff, you know, and you don't know what kind of action you have to take, and it will kind of like force you to kind of, you know, have those your own ideas. And I kind of feel like it might also like bring you more confidence for some of you, you know, like bring you out, you know, like make you more bold and brave and kind of like confident in your life and yourself and your decisions, kind of, you know. And I just have to like tell you that you just have to like be more sure that this is here for a purpose, like for you to learn something, you know. Like that's the biggest reason, like this is here, and this is very important for you to don't close yourself off and being negative about this, but actually open up and kind of gain some knowledge from it, like actually understand that this thing is bringing you some lesson, and you just have to like take it or leave it, you know. And it's important that you take it, you know, because I see like this this lesson is the kind of like important one. Like this is like this basic, this one of most important lessons that life will give you, for most of you, for some of you, you know. I just have to like add that in, okay? But November for Sagittarius, what else is there? What else is there? Yeah, and with this card, I kind of see you like being kind of lost in this situation, as I said. Like this feeling of not being actually sure about anything, you know, like you just don't know what to do, and you just can't be sure of anything at the moment, you know. November for Sagittarius. Sagittarius November. Yeah, and we have a Hierophant reversed, which is again telling me like this lack of guidance in this situation, you know. Like you don't know, you have no idea what direction to take in this situation. As I said, you don't have the kind of example for yourself you can take in and act on, you know, in this situation. You just have to figure it out on your own. And you have to kind of be a guide for yourself, you know. You have to find this guide in yourself. And as I said, give this process more time so you will kind of gain a lesson from it. Like see the purpose of it, okay? It might be good if you maybe like look maybe at your spiritual side, you know, because maybe at the moment you don't have a guide, you don't maybe believe in anything at the moment, but maybe a good guide in the situation would be even a religion, like believing in something, you know, like even believing that this thing has a purpose for you, you know, like whatever it is. I feel like you just need some kind of faith, some kind of guidance, even in religion. Like it depends on what kind of life lesson you are getting, you know. But whatever it is, like find yourself like this inner guidance. And I feel like a religion, like believing in something, will kind of bring you this kind of guidance, because it's kind of inner guidance rather than guidance from around you, you know. It's kind of like finding this guidance around you. That's what, in my opinion, a religion is about. Believing in something is about. Yeah, that's great. Okay, but I think from those cards, that's all. I don't know if I should pull out actually more, because for me, like, this message is super clear, you know. So I think like we'll move on to the oracle cards, you know. November for Sagittarius. Like, I think like I already said enough. Sagittarius for November. Sagittarius, November for Sagittarius. Sagittarius in November. Sagittarius in November. nature. Okay. Yeah, so it's again kind of telling me about the process, you know, about the process that is happening, and you just have to let it grow. There's a lot of kind of like waiting for process to finish, you know, and only then you can kind of see the full results of it, you know. Also, it may be that I don't know if I said this already, like you should spend more time in the nature, you know. It may kind of calm you down. Okay. I kind of get the feeling I should read you the description of this card. I don't know, I just had this idea in my head and I just feel like I should use it. But I kind of get a feeling like I will just don't judge my reading because sometimes I just can't read even if I want. So it may be horrible, but I feel like I just have to pass on the message of this card. And here we go. Okay. Maybe not the full. With a quickening pace of technological culture and urbanization, our connection with nature has severely eroded. And yet, it is Mother Nature who provides us with so many gifts that putting us directly in touch with the season cycles and bounties of life. She reveals the smallness of our place in context with the unfathomable mysteries of her infinite wisdom. Mother Nature inspires humility and wonder, leading us to question and hopefully respect the miracle of life, death, and transmutation. By observing and honoring the sacredness of nature's kingdom, we gain a fuller understanding of what it means to be united through our connection to the universe and cosmos. She can lead us to oneness by providing a living bridge between the earthly and heavenly realms. As the saying goes, as above, so below. The presence of this card invites you to realign your energies through deepening your affinity with nature. Perhaps you have been overwhelmed by the pressures of daily life, or are recovering from a big ordeal. You might feel lost in the details or trapped in the relentless or cycle of habitual thoughts or patterns of relating that no longer serve you well. At any level, evaluate your integration with nature and allow your intuition to reveal how you will most benefit from her healing elixir. Okay. So, take what resonates, and I hope this message kind of helped you in some way. However, we can now move on to message, advice from the angels, from the spirit guides, whatever it is, from the universe, God, whatever, just advice for you, like message for you. So Sagittarius, November for Sagittarius. What's the message for all Sagittarius that are watching? Message, advice. And we have clear communication. Okay. Clear communication. And message advice for Sagittarius. November for Sagittarius. Message advice for Sagittarius. Advice, message for Sagittarius. Message for Sagittarius. Also, it is telling me like maybe you should kind of talk to the people around you, you know, like maybe your family, you know, if you believe in ancestors, believe in ancestors. Believe in ancestors. Ignore me, okay, ignore me. Like, this coffee didn't help at all. If you like, what I meant by this, like, if you liked, how it's called, I'm so sorry, I don't know how it's called, like, when you, like, honor your ancestors and, like, you gain knowledge from them in, like, this, it's like related to magic, I think, like witchcraft. I'm not sure, but whatever it is, like if you like are into this, like I think like it will be a good idea to kind of ask your ancestors, and you know, like talk to your close ones, even like for this kind of support, and or like gaining this clarity. Just by talking, you can like gain a lot of clarity about what is kind of going on inside of you. But yeah, however, the last card, like the message for Sagittarius November. What's the message for Sagittarius? What's the message for Sagittarius? And we have let go. Okay, so that's the message for you, whatever it means. Maybe it is let go of kind of like playing a victim, you know. I think like it's very bad idea in this situation for you, Sagittarius, to play the victim, or like, you know, blame life or whatever it is that is happening to you on others, or on everything even, you know. Like it's a very bad idea to kind of like blame or feel like a victim because of what is happening. Like it's better to just like gain wisdom from it, you know, like gain whatever you can from the situation that is good. Like there's no point in kind of playing a victim or like feeling bad about what is happening, in the sense of, you know, like blaming everything around you and like being mad at life, at everything, you know. Like it's not the way to go. You have to like gain whatever you can from it. And as I said, maybe it's a good idea to spend time with nature, you know, like, and trust the process, you know. Like some things take time. However, that's all I have for you, Sagittarius. This reading is hella long. I mean like a little bit longer, but I think like the message was pretty clear, and I am a Sagittarius too, so this message like applies to me. I don't know how about you, but I think like this message was beautiful. However, yeah, I hope it resonated. Let me please know in the comments down below if it resonated. Like I'm waiting each time for someone to comment and tell me if it resonated. So yeah, if you have a chance, like please let me know. You can like, you can subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. So thank you so much for watching. Hope that you will have a great month, and yep, take care. Bye bye.